The Totally Gruesome, Totally Fascinating History of Teeth by Kristen Lewis. How did the mummy die? This is what experts wanted to know. They were studying a mummy. They had named the mummy Djed. They knew Djed was a woman. They knew she had lived more than 3,000 years ago in Egypt. Paintings on her coffin showed that Djed loved music and was married. And somehow, when she was about 30, Djed died. Had she been bitten by a cobra? Attacked by a crocodile? The experts found the answer. It was a surprise. Djed had died because of a bad tooth. X-rays of Djed's jaw showed that one of her teeth had never grown in. Over time, the hole in her gum got infected. It filled with stinky yellow pus. Today, such an infection could be cured. We have medicines called antibiotics, but those medicines did not exist when Djed was alive. Experts believe Djed's infection spread into her blood and killed her. Terrible fact of life. Until fairly recently, it was not uncommon for a tooth problem to lead to death. Over the years, millions of people have suffered from terrible and sometimes deadly tooth pain. Knights would charge into battle with oozy sores in their gums. Princesses would cover their rotting teeth with hankies when they smiled. George Washington had only one tooth left by the time he became president. Today, we know that proper brushing and flossing can prevent most serious tooth problems. When we have trouble with our teeth, there are trained dentists who can help. But until the 1900s, most people had crooked and yellow teeth. Many lost most or all of their teeth by the time they were middle-aged. And people were always looking for ways to feel less pain and have better smiles. Kissing a donkey. Some long-ago tooth treatments were not so different from what we do today. The Romans understood that teeth needed to be replaced when they fell out, so they made false teeth similar to the ones people wear now. They used bone, wood, or ivory. In ancient Egypt, people made braces out of cat intestines. But little was known about what caused tooth problems. Many believed tooth pain was a punishment from the gods. Some thought it was the work of evil spirits. To scare away tooth-destroying demons, people might have kissed a donkey. Or they might have walked around a barn 3 times while trying not to think about a fox. Today, the most common tooth problems are cavities. Cavities form when certain types of bacteria, microscopic germs, make acids that eat away at our teeth and form holes. These holes are painful. If they are not treated, they can get infected. Brushing helps prevent cavities. So does a low-sugar diet. But some people tend to get them no matter how much they brush and floss. Cavities were a problem in ancient times too, but back then, people were baffled by what caused them. Many thought they were caused by toothworms, tiny animals that burrowed into teeth. Broken jaws. By the 1700s, more was understood about tooth problems. Dentists were better trained. They created new tools to examine the mouth and remove problem teeth. But only the very rich saw dentists. Most people went to barbers for tooth care. That's right, barbers. The same person who cut your hair also yanked your teeth, with pliers. There weren't many ways to dull the pain, and infections were common. There were also tooth drawers. These men went from town to town across North America and Europe. They would pull bad teeth for a small fee. Most were crooks. They'd come to town and say they could pull teeth painlessly. Of course, they couldn't. Sometimes they traveled with musicians. The musicians would play loudly to drown out people's screams. Then, the tooth drawers would sneak away. Their patients would be left with bleeding gums, fractured jaws, and infections. Obsessed with teeth. By the 1800s, people knew that cavities were not caused by toothworms or evil spirits. Dental schools opened in Europe and the US. New laws said that dentists had to be licensed. The crooks went out of business, and Americans became obsessed with their teeth. Today, some 300,000 dental professionals work in the US. They are hygienists, dentists, and orthodontists. They use X-ray machines to spot problems. They have precision tools to clean teeth and gums. They have anesthetics to prevent pain. And they use braces to straighten teeth. Some people can't afford dental care. Many dentists help them for free. Sadly, modern dental care was not around to help Jed. But thousands of years from now, if scientists study our bodies, they're not likely to find that any of us died because of a bad tooth. Teeth through time. Humans have been trying to fix their smiles for thousands of years. Sugar troubles. People first started to have tooth problems about 10,000 years ago. That's when people started farming grains like wheat and corn. After we eat these grains, our bodies turn them into sugar. And sugar causes cavities. Pig brush. The bristle toothbrush was invented in China in 1498. The bristles were made of hair from the back of a hog's neck. Today's bristles are made of nylon. Earwax fillings. Long ago, people filled cavities with silver, earwax, and mashed up bird brains. There is also evidence that they used sharpened stones to drill cavities. Ouch. Ladybug mush. People have always needed ways to ease tooth pain. Ancient Peruvians used coca leaves. Ancient Hebrews used salt. In the 1700s in Italy, people used crushed up ladybugs. Tooth robbers. In the 1800s, criminals would follow armies into battle. They took teeth from dead soldiers. They sold the teeth to dentists, who fixed them into the mouths of rich people. Magical water? Across the U.S., a mineral called fluoride is added to tap water. Why? It protects teeth from cavities. People whose homes have water with fluoride tend to have less tooth decay. Braces Nation. Today, 4 million Americans have braces. Clear braces are made from a material that was first developed by the space agency NASA.